Oh, hello, it's Dale here. Today I'm playing with packing tape or sellotape or whatever it's called, clear packing tape to transfer images and all sorts of different things that you can do. You find different books. This one here's some music, and if you see where I put the tape on and then I lifted it off, and I'll show you that in a minute, it's actually left part of the image there on this particular one. It works differently on different papers or whatever you're using. I know it wouldn't work on glossy magazine pages yesterday and the other day, so they were just a no-no. The tape just peeled off, but here I've lifted it up and I've had it wetting again, and you'll see here that what I picked up from the actual music. But I could use this background piece as well because it's muted in half there. Sometimes it picks everything up, and then I simply put it in water and pull off, scrape off some of the backing, or scrape off the paper. There's still some little bits of paper there, little bits I can pick at. So you could use it this shiny side, like so. Or if you're putting it down on a background, put it down perhaps this way, and just think of the contrast with this and how effective it would be. So that's the paper, and I'll show you a little bit on here. Now sometimes I have a few disasters with this sort of thing, and so I'll just put it down onto this piece here. And you want to just, it's got a bit of a crinkling, but it doesn't matter. You know, as I've said many times, things in nature, they're not perfect. And I'm not going to fluff around being desperate on this. And then when you've put it down, lift it a bit and you'll see, it's coming up, it's okay. So we'll just pull the tape off. And what you have, and it's left it behind. So the paper that this piece, it's quite an old piece of music, is made of, will give you different effects. So there's your piece. You might want to use it that way, it might be much more interesting. And I won't rub it off under the water this time, but just to show you how, so it could be something, look at the contrast you've got with, say, this one here, shiny and so on. So that's quite interesting. So that's that one. And then I've done a few others just to show, but this one here is a Gudrun catalogue, and you can see where I took the image off. I've just lifted that up the same way, and it's been exceptionally difficult. I can't get that off the back. I could soak it for a bit longer, but again, that might be quite interesting to put down. The thing is, it becomes transparent, so you can see some of the words underneath, so you can put things on top of things. Great for layering. And this little one here are some words that were on there, so I took that one off, and I've got the words coming there, so I could layer that over the top of something else. So you've got that. It doesn't have to be looking particularly at your image, but it's a good way of layering things. So there's heaps of potential in these books, in your books, whatever you have. And if you collect I collect old books from the flea market in Paris, and you can see the background of it here where I took off the words, and I'll turn it over and do one on the other side. So old books, old stuff that nobody wants anymore. I've got a few of these books I bought for cheap, and you know, they're all falling apart, so we just put that down onto there. If you want to have it wider, you can put two together and then lift them off very carefully and so on. So let's just go and just pull that off, and again it leaves part behind. So there's the paper on this is very, very difficult to get off, but you can work away, and actually just the layering of it, you can see this one here. So if you took another page and put it down over something, you're picking up bits of images. We can come down and put it onto here, and you've got like a hidden image behind there. And I haven't taken the water off, I've taken the backing off with water, but here, so you've got this over the top and how it gives a beautiful layering effect. Now I started doing this because I wanted to do image transfer with using some of my laser prints. So these are a pile of my laser prints, and I have simply done exactly the same thing. Sometimes I've used inkjet as well, and they're not necessarily very effective. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. And so this is some that I've picked off and playing with some of the different ones from my images. This is, let's see, what have we got here? So this is a little bit from here. It didn't work particularly well. I got part off, but that's really lovely because then you've got that image that comes. So it's only a bit of packing tape and a laser print, or you can try an inkjet print, but they're not, well, that's my Godwits anyway. They keep popping up all over the place. Here he is. This one here was that was the inkjet print, and you can see it's not nearly as strong in colour, but it may be really good to hide underneath as well. So don't be put off if you haven't got a laser and only an inkjet. I've used inkjet before, and again in colour or not, or part of the sea, or little bits, and then you can take out little bits and add them into different places that you want. And this one here, it didn't all come off, or it didn't, but just see how it could just become a lovely little bit to put on the top. And I've used words as well about the Godwits and the wetlands and wetland area at the beach. This is where I was last year, so I'm just building up and making a collage. So if that's given you a few ideas, well, go with it and have a play, but play with all sorts of bits of paper, and see you again next time. Bye.